this is not on Pro Controller. I guess it would work on Pro Controller too. If you press ZR and then do a heavy attack, and if you time it right, you get some really good you get a really good your heavy attack gets boosted by like 3x, which is really good. So Tiba, I like how he can spam post, like he does his heavy attack, and then he has a combo where if you keep pressing it, he creates a rain of arrows. So I also use him quite a bit, so I put him there. Urbosa, I cannot stress how good she is. Even without her lightning gauge, I really like her moveset. She's really useful all around. She's a very good all around character. Her light attacks work and quick, and you can move back and forth and maneuver well with them. Her heavy attack does quite a bit of damage. Her and her ultimate is really useful, especially, and it recharges and recharges pretty quickly, especially if you use cooking. So I wish there was a higher tier on this list I could put her, but she is definitely going to be going into S tier. There is no doubt about that. King Rome, I feel like he's your average character. I'd put him in B with Daruk. I mean, his whole changing guises thing, but I don't really see him very useful. I just see him as your average character. Genobo, not as bad as Riju, but not very good. Didn't really play. Impa, everyone who's watching this and has actually played Age of Calamity will hate me for this, but I found her hard to use, and I didn't really like her. I don't know. Her clones were really good, but I found her attack system confusing because I like to use heavy attacks, and her heavy attack just puts a rune on someone. So, but once you get all her clones, her light attack is great. So I'm gonna put her in C. Yeah, you're gonna hate me. Link Spears, I never really used. That's gonna go in no, not Kosha. Link Spears, I never really used, so I'm just gonna put him in C. Link, like two-handed weapons, he's decent, also in C. Link one-handed weapon, very versatile, great character, tier A. Koga, he has some decent attacks, but nothing special. King Rome, he's about as equivalent to King Rome. Zelda. Okay, let's do Sheikah Slate Zelda first. Sheikah Slate Zelda is pretty. I did not like fighting with her. I found her useless. But her bomb attack was decent, so I'll put her in C. This is the hardest one for me to rank. Just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, she does so much damage when she's awakened her powers. It's pretty insane how much damage she can do. But then again, she loses a lot of health. Like, her luminescent form is really good, but it takes away from her ult, like XP, her ult thing. So that's the downside. But I find her versatile, fun to use, nice if you want to. I find she works really well with Link, sword one-handed, which is what I mainly use, as you can see from the list. What they do is if you start out on like a Lionel, so like a pretty strong enemy, you start out with Zelda, using her, doing heavy attacks, switching to luminescent form, doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Once you get her up to like a decent, but she's gonna lose a lot of health this way because her shield isn't very good. None of her like set of wise, like I don't know. It's not very good. Her shield and dodging, and I don't know. I find her hard to. She's not very good for defense, so she gets absolutely wrecked by someone with a decent attack prowess like a Lionel. So she gets wrecked when she's low health, and the Lionel will be about half health because, as I mentioned earlier, she does a ridiculous amount of damage. Like, I'm talking insane. And she is pretty. But with Link, I'd say she's A tier. Without Link, she's C tier. So I'm just gonna put her. You almost always use her with Link, so, or at least I do. So I'm gonna put her in A tier. And then these are the 4 characters I have not done. So anyway, I think that's all. I'm just gonna list some of my favorite combos and what some of these A tier and B tier characters are good for. Urbosa is, as you can see from the list, by far the best character, except for these 4, which I haven't played yet. But she's just insane, man. She can do. I don't even know how to explain it. Her heavy attack's great. Her light attack's great. Everything is. I think all of her attacks. She's very well rounded. That's all, and she's good at everything. That's what I like about her. Um, Sidon is good for just. He's all around like Urbosa, but not as like insane at everything. Link is your average boy, but he's good, especially with one-handed. Tiba is very good for taking out small enemies. He can do it really quickly and really well, but he can't take out big bosses because it just goes because his attacks are very erratic and they never really hit, right? And Zelda, she does a lot of damage but loses a lot of health. So anyway, I'm just gonna wrap the video up for today. Hope you enjoyed this Age of Calamity video. And if you are debating whether to play Age of Calamity, I would recommend it. I rate it a 9 out of 10, especially if you played Breath of the Wild. Anyway, God bless. Bye. Would love if you liked and subscribed, but that's completely your choice. Bye.